Hi everyone. Uh, I'm Caroline Jimenez, and this is my co-op roadmap presentation.
Introduction.
So I'm doing my master in civil engineer here at Northeastern with concentration in data systems. I'll be graduating in August 2027. A little about my background. I got my bachelor's in civil engineer in Bolivia. And then when I came to Boston, I did associate degree in data analytics at the Bunker Hill Community College, where I graduated with highest honor. What I'm really interested in is smart city infrastructure. Specifically, I want to work in projects that integrate buildings automatization like smart HVAC and energy system with urban transportation, like traffic management and public transit. I chose this field because it lets me use everything I've learned for engineer background, my data skills, and the IoT stuff I'm doing in my wireless sensor class. It all comes together to solve real problems that cities are facing. So today I will talk through where I'm with my skills, what I'm learning about this industry, and my concrete plan for my co-op search. Self-assessment, career path planning. Career path planning has honestly the most valuable part of this class for me, completely changed how I approach my job search. Before, I was kind of all over the place, just applying to whatever civil engineer jobs I could find. But now I'm way more strategic and I'm doing three specific things differently. First, I'm targeting a specific smart city infrastructure roles, not just general civil engineer. I'm looking for companies that actually want someone who knows both engineer and technology. Second, I'm taking sure every application highlights my unique combination. I'm showing my IoT work from my MBTA project, my GIS experience, my data analytics background, basically showing how all these pieces fit together for smart cities. And third, instead of scrolling jobs boards, I'm researching specific companies, like which companies are actually working on integrated building and transportation projects. That's CMS, Honeywell, BHP here in Boston. Those are the companies I'm targeting. This focused approach has made me a huge difference. Now I can actually explain how I will contribute to their specific smart city work. Technical and soft skills. Let me be honest about where I am with my skills. On the technical skills, I'm pretty strong in Python, especially the just special libraries like GeoPandas. I will say around 80%. Same with GIS using ArcGIS and with AutoCAD and Civil 3D from my work in Bolivia. My IoT knowledge is decent at 60%. I did the whole wireless sensor network project with my classmates, but that was mostly simulations. What I really need to develop is machine learning. It's probably my biggest gap. I am at maybe 40%. I understand the concept, but I haven't built actual project yet. Building automatization software like Honeywell for G, 30%. I know what it is, but never use it. Traffic modeling like VISSIM, 20%. Haven't touched it, so those are my priorities. For soft skills, I'll say my biggest strength is that I learn really fast, like 90%. I proved that every semester in Bunker Hill and now here by picking up a new tools. I'm fully bilingual, and also fully bilingual in Spanish and English, which I think is valuable for diverse cities. And I am solid and technical writing from all the reports I did in Bolivia. What I'm working on, network in US professional culture. I'm maybe 50% there and being more assertive in professional settings. That's around 45. Both things I'm actively working to improve. Job for search. Looking at the job search process itself, I have two clear strengths and three real challenges. My strengths are research in analysis, like I really dive deep into understanding companies and what they need, as you can see from this presentation, and adaptability. I've proved I can adjust to new environments, like transitioning to the US education system and mastering new tools quickly. My challenges are practical. The biggest one is my F1 visa status. I need CPT authorization for co-op, and some employees aren't familiar with how that works. So my strategy is to apply earlier, focus on our Eastern co-op partners who already knows the process, and be upfront about explaining CPT. Second, I'm working on how to talk about my believing experience in ways that make sense to US employers. I manage 25 infrastructure projects there, but I need to focus on the transferable skills project management, stakeholders coordination, technical analysis. And third, professional networking in a new culture is challenging. So I'm committing to actually attend industry events and connect with Northeastern alumni. SWT. So I did a lot of research on the smart cities infrastructure industry using IBIS World, Merging Online, and market research reports. Here's what I found. The industry is doing real well. Through the Infrastructure Act, which put over 500 millions into smart city projects, the Technology Works studies shows 40% energy savings, and the core tech like IoT, AI, and 5G is mature and ready to deploy. But they are a real challenge. It's expensive to set up, which is hard for smaller cities. Integrating with old infrastructure is really complex. Cybersecurity is a growing concern. And honestly, there's a sort stage of people who understand both engineer and data, which is actually good for someone like me. The opportunities are exciting. AI is just starting to be used in traffic and building management. Digital twins technology is taking off. Mobility as a service is expanding, and federal funding continues through 2026. Threats include economics uncertainty that could out city budgets, complicated regulations, privacy concerns about surveillance, and the market is really fragmented with no clear standards. Industry companies. This slide shows the major players and how the supply chain works. At the top, you can see the market cap comparison. Cisco leads at 300 billions. They provide the network infrastructure that connects everything. Siemens is at 20-35 billions. Schneider Electric at 152 billions. These are the traditional automatization giants. Honeywell at 133, Hitachi 115, and Johnson at 75 billions. Understanding the supply chain really helped me figure out where I fit. On supplier side, you have companies like Intel and Qualcomm making chips, AWS and Microsoft providing cloud platforms, Bosch making sensors. Then there are the system integrators in the middle, that is CMS, Cisco, Honeywell. They take all these components and build complete system. This is probably where someone with my skill will work, because you need to understand both the engineer and the data. And the buyers are municipal government like MBTA here in Boston, commercial real estate companies, universities, hospital. They are the end customers. Career opportunities. Based on value of labor statistics data, I found 5 entry-level jobs that actually make sense for my background. Building automatization engineer makes 60 to 75. They design the smart building systems. I need to learn the building management software. Transportation system engineer makes 65 to 80. Okay, and this is the honestly one of the best fits because it uses Civil 3D and GIS, which I already know well, and MBTA wireless sensor project is directly relevant. Infrastructure analysis makes 60 to 75K, analyzing data from urban sensor perfect for my data analytics background with Python and SQL. IoT system engineer makes the most at the 70 to 85K deploying actual sensor networks. I have the foundations but need to move from simulation to real development. And sustainable infrastructure engineers make 62 to 78K focusing on green building. I'd want to get LEED LEED certification for this. For professional development, I'm joining ACCE for civil engineer networking, ITE for transportation focus, and USHBC for LEED certification. Strategy and focus. So here's how everything I learned shapes my actual job search strategy. My research shows a strong growth plus a skill gap that means there's real opportunity for someone with my interdisciplinary background. So I am emphasizing that combination of engineer and data in every application. Federal funding through 2026 means I should target companies that work on government contracts, CMS, Honeywell, things like that. The trends told me I need to learn apply machine learning and get hands in an IoT experience beyond just simulations. My top 3 target positions based on all this area, transportation system engineer, because it uses skills I already have. Infrastructure analysis because of my data background, and IoT systems engineer building on my wireless network project. I'm focusing on Boston for MBTI projects, but I am open to other cities with smart city initiatives. Skill development. I have a concrete plan to develop 4 key skills with actual timelines. For machine learning, I'm doing an online course through Coursera between January and March. Then I'm building an actual project, probably predicting Boston traffic patterns using public data. For building automatization, I'm attending vendor webinars for Honeywell and CMS and doing informational interviews with building automatization engineers to learn what they actually use. For traffic modeling, I'm getting a student license for VSIM and modeling and real Boston intersections as a portfolio piece by February. And for advanced IoT development, I'm taking my projects of my wireless class and expanded it to real hardware using Raspberry API, learning MQTT, and LoRaWAN protocols around by April. The key thing is I won't just list this on my resume. I will showcase through project with results like development ML model with 25% accuracy improvement or the deployment IoT network with 99 uptime using specific platforms, name, and action verbs. Action plan. My job search action plan is really specific. I'm sourcing from companies career by age, ACCA and ITE, jobs boards, government sites like MassDOT and MBTA, and the Smart Cities Connect conference. My strategies are networking, at least twice a month, informational interviews with Northeastern alumni, direct outreach to hiring managers and career fairs. I committed to 6 specific opportunities. On campus, Engineer Careers Fair in February, co-op office sessions every other week, and ASCE student chapter. Off campus, ASCE Boston monthly meetings starting in January, ITE New England quarterly, and Smart Cities Connects conference in March. The skills I'm working on are in US networking through attending 2 events per month. My resources are the Co-op Office, ACE's mentorship, LinkedIn Learning, and Career Service. And these are all my work cited, like database, market research, associations, and company industry. Thank you so much for listening.